Terasawa-san?
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
My court will not stand for this commotion.
He didn't blame Waku-san at all. He knew that the outburst was just caused by his dementia, that it was all the sickness's fault. So there was no reason for him to resort to murder.
Terasawa-san, please.
Okubo-san really is an incredible, caring person.
Please leave this courtroom at once.
You're right that he may be hard to approach, but he's a kind soul, and he always keeps his promises. Okubo-san's not the only person in this courtroom who would be affected by a guilty verdict, either. As a matter of fact, it would break my heart. And even through it all, he wanted me to keep this a secret, not to tell anyone, not even his lawyer, that we were dating. Even though he knew he could have ended up in prison, making sure I was safe was the only thing in the world he cared about. That's just who he is. But when the prosecution has already decided he's a criminal, how could he possibly be given a fair trial?
Her little outburst wasn't technically admissible, but as the trial dragged on, it hung over the jury like a stone. And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release, everything changed. The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand.
Okubo killed her? Wait, what? That was such a cool way to do a flashback. You had them approaching. I forgot this is where it started. They were approaching and then they just showed us like all of Yagami's past.
But
That was dope.
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
you look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us. Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What brings you here anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
Dude, that was so sick. I forgot that they were approaching, and then that's what started the flashback. That was such a cool way to do it.
Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shono.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Why would Shintani call Shono?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Look, Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes, complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 Yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami.
Hmm?
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
Oh, that was the end of a chapter, dude. That was so sick. That's probably like my favorite chapter in the game, dude. This game is so good. That was honestly one of my favorite chapters, if not my favorite. That was
Mo's
awesome.
latest victim was the lawyer, Shintani. The last call he made brings the case that ruined Yagami 3 years ago back to the surface.
I loved that slowdown, then it just
Patient
went
was
to the
taken from a
past.
hospital and found buried in the mountains.
This game is
Yagami
awesome.
defended the suspect, Shinpei Okubo, and got an acquittal. But 1 month later, he murdered his girlfriend Emi Terasawa with a kitchen knife and burned the remains.
That's wild. He actually like killed his own girlfriend or wife. They weren't married, were they? Girlfriend. Collusion. That's a sick chapter name. That is a really cool chapter name.
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary, or...?
It is.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
I think I'll pass.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
I'd like to see you try. Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough! Get the hell out of my office.
You'll regret this, Yagami. Kuroiwa-san.
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shono-san for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
This is really getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Beats me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though. It would be a waste coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
More to the case file. Okubo killing his girlfriend is absolutely wild.
Can I help you?
Actually, I've already been here. I was just with Director Kido, remember?
Oh, of course. Did you forget something, sir?
Well, not exactly. I'd actually like to speak to Shono-san, the 89 researcher. Where would I be able to find him?
Let me see. That should be the research wing. I believe he's in the protein abnormalities lab.
Probably need a gold keycard to get in there, huh?
That's correct, sir. I should be able to lend you one with the director's approval, though. Just give me a moment to ask. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Actually, never mind. Kido-san seemed pretty busy earlier. I'll try back later.
Are you sure, sir?
Good call. There's no chance Kido-san would let us in.
At least now we know where Shono is.
The research wing.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a map around here somewhere.
Should be. It's a hospital. Where would I find a map? Well, it's like all the way there. The game is actually telling me. I thought I would have to look for it on my own.
Suspicious.
Let's find the research wing. There
What
it
the?
is.
This leads to the research wing.
The receptionist said he would be in the protein abnormalities lab, right? Huh. Well, I guess that's not on this map.
Is this Sean Chiplock? It sounds a lot like Reen. Because I currently am playing through Cold Steel 3 right now. It really sounds like him. Hold up, I'm getting the voice cast up. It's gonna bother me for the rest of today if I don't figure it out. I feel like is it Sean Chiplock? It really sounds like him. Oh no, it's not Sean Chiplock. Who is it? Who is this voice? Oh, he does Kurt in Cold Steel 3, that's why. Yo, it's Claude! It's Claude Von Regan! That's where I recognize it from. It is also Kurt from Cold Steel 3. I don't really hear Kurt that much, but it does sound just like Claude. That makes a lot of sense. Joe Zieha, I think is his name. Joe Zieha? Zieha? I don't know how to say his name, but... On the research ring, Pat leads to the area.
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Some kind of security gate, huh? The research wing must be just past there.
Dude, that makes so much sense. It's Claude. I don't know why. I thought of Reen before Claude, but whatever. It is a voice I'm very familiar with. It's been a minute since I played Three Houses or Three Hopes, though, in my defense.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
This is one of Shono-san's researchers. She was just about to return to the lab.
Oh?
My name's Hashimoto. I can show you into Dr. Shono's lab if you'd like.
This is Cassandra Lee Morris. Like 90%
Are you sure?
Of course.
Great. We'll take you up on that.
Wonderful. Hashimoto-san just happened to be passing through.
Thank you.
Right this way.
I really appreciate this, Hashimoto-san. I'm Yagami.
And I'm Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, don't mention it. I'm glad to help a guest of Director Kido's. This place is so massive, you practically need a tour guide to get around. I hope you're okay with walking.
Oh, that's totally okay. Oh, by the way, we'll be meeting Shono-san in
The research wing. He's working in the protein abnormalities lab.
I take it you guys...
No, I didn't want to get them cut off.
So, Hashimoto-san, what kind of work do you yourself do here?
I'm part of the team developing 89. Dr. Shono is the head of that team, but I'm pretty new around here.
Speaking of, what exactly does AD9 stand for?
Well, the AD comes from the name of the center. The Advanced Drug Development Center, ADDC. And it's the 9th drug our department's developed.
Oh, that was surprisingly easy.
Looking for the extra path was pointless if we were just gonna have someone help us get there.
It'll be the first dementia-curing drug on the market, right? Seems like it's really getting fast-tracked because of that. But there's a lot riding on this one, right? It could finally cure Alzheimer's disease.
That's right. Do you know how many dementia patients there are in Japan alone?
A couple 100,000 at least. Maybe even in the millions?
Right. As of 2012, there were 4.62 million.
That many?
By 2025, that number will increase to at least 7 million. Potentially up to 13 million, including at-risk patients. That's 1 in every 9 people.
Yikes.
However, as a nation, we're already at capacity in caring for these patients. In many cases, people over 60 are stuck looking after their dementia-struck parents in their own homes. Worldwide, it's estimated there will be 135 million patients by the year 2050. It's staggering. In other words, AD9 could save the world. This could be a real miracle.
I gotta say, this is making me feel kinda bad about how we treated Kido-san back there.
Director Kido will go down in history if we achieve this.
A lot's changed in 3 years. The bastard's really made a name for himself.
Be nice.
Bro, I'm never nice. I beat people up for a living.
Dr. Shono is right over there. Well, if you'll excuse me.
I'm probably waiting until we're done with the ADC for the story, and then I think we're gonna work on some side cases. But I'm just waiting until we're done with the lab and all, like this section.
Shono-san.
Yagami-san? But, how did you get in here?
Hey, calm down. I just want to talk.
I can't do that. Kido-san doesn't know you're here. Does he?
Is there a problem?
Ah, Ichinose-san.
I've never heard you raise your voice, Shono-san.
Aren't you the guy from the lobby?
My name is Ichinose. I'm here from the Ministry of Health, offering political support to AD9's development.
Kido-san called you Vice Minister.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Pretty lofty for a Vice Minister. You can boss scientists around, but I'm not biting.
So I see.
Shono-san, please. I just need a few minutes to talk. We'll leave right after we're done, promise.
I already told you, I can't. Not without Kido-san here.
I need you to tell me, why did Shintani call you?
Shintani? I've never heard that name in my life.
This is important, Shono. You have to have some idea.
Please, I don't. Now get out of here. I'm calling Director Kido.
Do what you want. Just let me ask you one thing first.
Are you scared of the director? That's not really relevant. Do you know about the murders in Kamurocho?
After Shintani was murdered, the killer gouged out both of his eyes. 3 other near-identical murders have taken place in Kamurocho recently. Are you aware of that, Shono-san?
Of course I am. It's all over the news.
And you still have no idea why Shintani called you? Nothing at all?
No, I don't. Now please let me get back to work. What the? What are you doing here? Kido-san.
I believe I told you to leave. What about that didn't you understand?
I wanted to ask about Shintani's call.
About which I already said Shono doesn't know anything.
And I needed to hear that from him, not you.
Enough. Call security.
We were just leaving. Come on, Hoshino-kun.
I'll be filing a complaint with the Bar Association, under the Minister's name.
The Minister of Health?
That's right. Minister Kazami expects great things from AD9, and he won't tolerate distractions from your ilk.
I feel like we came up empty-handed. Why would Shintani-sensei have called Shono-san? Yagami-san?
That wasn't the first time I've heard about Minister Kazami.
Huh?
When was it, though? Who was talking to me about the Ministry of Health? It must have been Ayabe, when we were drinking over a tender. I definitely remember him mentioning Minister Kazumi. We were talking about how the Kyorei clan ended up in Kamurocho. Apparently, they're being used as muscle for a construction company called the Kajihira Group. A while back, Chairman Kajihira himself was going around, laying the political groundwork for a Tokyo revamp project. And one of the people he met with was Naohisa Kazumi from the Ministry of Health.
Huh.
You'd think he'd go to the Ministry of Land, though. His project has nothing to do with health. What would he gain from meeting Kazumi?
That's true. Do you think it has to do with our case somehow?
Minister Kazumi's name won't stop coming up. Is that just a coincidence or something more?
I don't know. Depends on what the two of them were talking about.
In that case, maybe our Kajihira expert can help us out with that.
Who?
Sugiura-san. He used to work for them, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my boy. He can finally
So,
do
you
something
wanna
for
know
this
how
team.
Kajihira and Kazumi are connected?
Yeah. Any way you can find that out?
Not really sure, but I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
You're still at the ADDC, yeah? Just give me some time. I'll call you if I find anything.
Oh, it seems like a perfect time to do side stuff. If we have to wait anyway.
Oh, Yagami-san. I'm gonna head back to the office. I just got an email from Saori-san. Apparently, a journalist named Hattori barged into the office. Says he wants to interview you.
Me?
It sounds like he's looking into Shintani-sensei's murder, too. Anyway, I'll go ahead and drive him off.
You'll be Genda Sensei's ace attorney before you know it.
Nah.
It's
I
another
don't know if
game
I'm ready for
franchise.
that. Honestly.
Why?
Too much responsibility for a guy my age, you know? I think I make a much better sidekick for now.
Okay. But when that gets old?
I don't know that it will. Being a professional sidekick for the rest of my life sounds okay to me. I'll see you later.
Guess I'm on standby till Sugiura gets in touch with me. Alright, so since we're on standby anyway, oh yeah, we have a couple of these I want to knock out. Alright, yeah, I want to start knocking these side quests out. Not to mention there's probably more in the office, but yeah. Oh, hello. Excuse me, do you have a moment? What is it? Let me introduce myself. My name is Shin Fujimori. Have you ever thought about investing, sir? Ooh, another friend event.
Huh?
Honestly, I think you're better off talking about that sort of thing with someone who actually has money. Well, I say investment, but nowadays anyone can do it as long as they have a smartphone. You can invest on your phone. Of course, ever heard of crowdfunding? It's where you gather online donations from all over the world. It's become a big trend in the past few years. Wow. And to streamline this process, we developed an app called Quickstarter. You can invest however much money you want to whomever you wish, whenever you like, all from the comfort of your phone. Well, it sounds easy enough, but the hard part, you know, is actually having money. Indeed, that's why millions of people make micro-investments with Quickstarter. Only a small donation is needed. Even small donations make a big difference. They all add up to, okay, we have a lot of money, so we can invest in this right now. Finally, once the campaign meets its goal, everyone who invested gains priority benefits. Priority benefits? Can you give me an example? Let's see. For starters, you get special products shipped to you, or you'll gain access to brand new facilities. Actually sounds pretty neat. Doesn't it? I'll tell you this much. I once started up a company of my own, but I had a hard time raising the necessary funds. And wouldn't you know it, I got everything I needed from a crowdfunding platform I signed up with overseas. That's why I created this app, to help other entrepreneurs worldwide. Wow, see, you're the president of a company. It's quite small, so it's not really a big deal. Anyway, the point of my story is, please try using Quickstarter for yourself sometime. I probably will. I have a lot of money.
Yep.
Okay, I'll at least install it for the time being. Please do, and by all means, let me know how it goes. To the pause menu. Let's take a look at that. New project was posted. Yes. Hey, got one done. I don't know what all this does. Big thanks to my Dyson Cubes across... okay, Dyson Cubes. I like that game. Ooh, okay. We have a Drink Entrepreneur. Invest a bit into that. I don't want to use all my money. Yo, drone races! I'm using all my money on drone races. You best believe. Alright, I think that's enough for now. I'll just make money from now on. There's a friend over this way. Might go chat with them. Or a future friend, rather. Because you're not friends with them until you, like, complete their requests. Oh, God. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Perhaps I should just leave this mortal shell behind. Oh, what's he trying to pull here? This is the only solution I have left. Getting hit by a car isn't the cleanest way out, but it's all I can think of at this point. Hey, stop. What do you think you're doing? Just let me eat pavement, okay? I've already accepted becoming one with the universe, so bug off. Get a hold of yourself, man.
Hey.
Well, now that you calmed down a bit, mind telling me why you were so eager to turn yourself into roadkill? It all started with the company I work at, GA Labs. It's an IT company. We released a really popular app 2 years ago that's been blowing up ever since. Since we rose to the top of the market, we decided to build our own corporate office, and they put me in charge. That's something to be proud of. It would be if I hadn't miscalculated the budget. Because of my incompetence, we ended up short on construction funds. Ouch. Pretty sure I'll be fired once the president finds out. Before that happens, I'll be resting in the afterlife. Alright, well, let's not get serious. Can you not think like that? I mean, it all just comes down to money, right? Yes, but how am I supposed to gather that money? Ever heard of an app called Quickstarter? Why don't you start a fundraiser on there? Wait, what's that? It's a crowdfunding platform, one of the latest trends. You mean like a public donation project? That may just work. Good. Now don't go do anything reckless again, okay? Okay, I definitely won't. What's your name? I'm Takayuki Yagami. Yagami-san, I'm forever in your debt. You're a miracle worker. Alright, so that's a quick starter thing. Sheesh, what a melodramatic guy. Maybe I'll donate every now and then and help his project along. How many friends have I met? Probably a lot. I've made 6 friends, but like, making friends is like, you know, doing their challenges. 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 50, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so like about half it looks like? It looks like I've unlocked at least half the friends. Like I've met half of them, give or take. Alright, I want to see if we can actually finish Amidst a Dream. We have to go east of Bartender. I want to see if it's not popping up as a side case folder, but I want to see if we can like actually get it done. I mean, it's not like we can move on the story, so this is a really good time to start working on these side cases. I want to try to finish Amidst a Dream, and then I want to work on the other ones. The ones that haven't even been started. Just to like start clearing them out. Plus, we've done a lot of story, I feel. The story is just so dang good, but like, you know, we have done a lot of stories, so I want to get working on some of the side content. We don't need to like complete everything before we move on the story, but I wanna at least knock a lot of it out.
What a waste.
Yeah,